Hello everyone, it is us, the people of TV Day's Drama Digest channel. We're thrilled to have you back with us for another deep dive into the heart-pounding world of television drama. Today, we're peeling back the layers on one of the most gripping storylines that's been keeping fans on the edge of their seats, the fate of Shawn in the midst of a high-stakes confrontation. Will he ultimately succumb to the brutal gunshot wounds that threaten to end his life? And what about will he stumble into a catastrophic mistake, pulling the trigger in a moment of panic and forever haunting his conscience, with the blood of an ally on his hands? These questions have been swirling through the fandom like a storm, igniting debates, theories, and sleepless nights. Buckle up, dear viewers, because we're about to unravel this tale in all its dramatic glory, exploring every twist, every emotion, and every heart-wrenching possibility. Let's dive deep into how this story plays out, expanding on the chaos, the heroism, and the raw human frailty that makes TV Day such an unforgettable series. To truly appreciate the intensity of this pivotal scene, we need to rewind a bit and set the stage. TV Days has always been a masterclass in blending raw emotion with pulse-racing action, and this arc is no exception. Shawn, our brooding anti-hero with a heart of gold buried under layers of cynicism, has been navigating a treacherous path ever since he crossed paths with the shadowy syndicate that's been pulling strings from the shadows. Played with magnetic intensity by actor Marcus Hale, Shawn isn't just a character, he's a symbol of redemption. A man haunted by his past mistakes but driven by an unyielding sense of justice. He's the guy who shows up when no one else will, the one who risks it all for the people he cares about. And in this episode, that loyalty is put to the ultimate test. Opposite him stands JJ, portrayed by the enigmatic Lena Voss, whose performance has been nothing short of electrifying. JJ is a complex figure, a former operative turned reluctant vigilante, scarred by betrayals and losses that have left her trigger finger twitchy, and her trust in short supply. She's the kind of character who walks the razor's edge between hero and villain, her decisions often fueled by a volatile mix of fear, anger, and desperation. In previous episodes, we've seen JJ grapple with her demons, flashbacks to a botched mission where she accidentally fired on a civilian, a mistake that cost her everything and left her isolated. That haunting memory lingers like a ghost, whispering doubts into her every action. Now, as the story hurtles toward this climactic confrontation, those inner turmoil are about to explode into the open. The scene opens in a dimly lit warehouse on the outskirts of the city, the kind of forsaken place where secrets go to die. Rain pounds relentlessly on the tin roof, creating a symphony of drips and echoes that heighten the tension. The air is thick with the metallic scent of rust and the faint, acrid whiff of gunpowder from previous skirmishes. Shadows dance across the walls, cast by flickering fluorescent lights that buzz like angry hornets. It's here, in this industrial purgatory, that the paths of our characters converge in a powder keg of conflict. Jay bursts into the frame, her breath ragged, her eyes wild with determination. She's clutching a sleek, black handgun, a Beretta 9 to FS. For those detail-oriented fans, its barrel glinting under the sparse light. Her voice cuts through the din like a knife. Release him. Now, the command is barked at a group of shadowy figures, their faces obscured by hoods and masks, but their intentions clear as day. These are the enforcers of the syndicate, ruthless mercenaries who've been holding Liam captive as leverage in their twisted game of power. Liam, the young informant who's become an unlikely pawn in this deadly chess match, stands frozen in terror. Played by rising star Theo Ramirez, Liam is the innocent caught in the cross for wide-eyed. Trembling, his hands bound with rough zip ties that dig into his wrists. Sweat beads on his forehead, mixing with the blood from a fresh cut above his eye. He doesn't dare move, his body rigid as if any twitch could invite a hail of bullets. The fear in his eyes is palpable, a silent plea for salvation amidst the encroaching doom. We've seen Liam evolve from a street-smart kid to a reluctant hero, sharing crucial intel that could topple the syndicate. But now, in this moment, he's reduced to a statue of dread, his fate hanging by a thread. The chaos erupts like a volcano, sudden and unforgiving. From the periphery, Shawn emerges like a phantom from the shadows. He's been tailing the group, his instincts honed from years on the run. Dressed in a weathered leather jacket that's seen better days, stained with the grime of endless pursuits, Shawn raises his own weapon, a rugged Glock 19. Reliable and unyielding. His face is a mask of grim resolve, jaw set, eyes narrowed in fierce concentration. Stand down, he shouts, his voice booming with authority. But the syndicate isn't one to back off easily. They pivot, weapons drawn, and the warehouse transforms into a battlefield. Shots ring out in a deafening cacophony, echoing off the metal walls and amplifying the pandemonium. Shawn fires first, his bullets whizzing through the air with deadly precision, aimed at disarming rather than killing, true to his code of minimal bloodshed. One mercenary crumples, clutching a shattered knee, while another dives for cover behind stacked crates. But the return fire is merciless. Bullets ricochet off pipes and concrete, sparks flying like fireworks in the dim light. Shawn dodges and weaves, his movements fluid yet desperate, a dance of survival honed by countless close calls. Then it happens, the moment that stops hearts and elicits gasps from viewers worldwide. A syndicate gunman hidden in the rafters takes aim. The shot cracks like thunder and Shawn staggers. Blood blooms on his shoulder, a crimson flower spreading across his jacket. He grunts in pain but doesn't fall, pressing forward with sheer willpower. "Keep going," he yells to JJ, his voice strained but defiant. Another shot follows, this one grazing his side, tearing through fabric and flesh. Shawn collapses to one knee, his free hand pressing against the wound. Warm blood seeping between his fingers. The pain is excruciating, a burning fire that radiates through his body. But his eyes lock onto Liam, urging JJ to push on. This confrontation isn't just a shootout, it's the culmination of seasons of build-up. A symphony of betrayals, alliances, and unspoken tensions. Flashbacks intercut the action, reminding us of Shawn's backstory, the loss of his family to the very syndicate he's fighting. The guilt that drives him to protect others at all costs. We see snippets of his training montages, his quiet moments of reflection staring at old photos. The vulnerability beneath the tough exterior. It's these layers that make his potential demise so gut-wrenching. Shawn isn't invincible, he's human. Flawed and profoundly relatable. In the midst of the bedlam, JJ's world narrows to a pinpoint. She sees Shawn hit, hears his pain cry, and her heart seizes. "Shawn, no," she screams, her voice cracking with raw emotion. Abandoning caution, she charges forward, firing suppressive shots to cover her advance. But the chaos is disorienting. Smoke from gunfire clouds the air, shouts blend into a roar, and shadows play tricks on the eyes. JJ's mind races. Is that a syndicate thug lunging from the dark? Or is it Shawn stumbling toward her? Her finger hovers on the trigger, sweat slicking her palm, her breath coming in shallow gasps. This is the crux of the drama, the razor-thin line between salvation and tragedy. Will JJ, haunted by her past error, repeat history? In a split-second decision, she squeezes the trigger. The shot echoes and time seems to freeze. Did she hit an enemy, or has she just doomed her comrade? The camera lingers on her face, capturing the dawning horror, the widening eyes, the quiver of her lip. It's a masterstroke of directing, building suspense to unbearable levels. As the dust settles, paramedics arrive in a blur of sirens and flashing lights, summoned by a frantic call from JJ. Shawn lies on the cold floor, his breathing labored, blood pooling beneath him. Medics swarm, applying pressure, starting ifs. Their voices a frantic chorus, he's losing blood fast. "We need to stabilize him." JJ kneels beside him, her hands trembling as she clutches his, whispering apologies and pleas. "Stay with me, Shawn. You can't leave like this." His eyes flutter, a weak smile tugging at his lips. "Not done yet," he rasps, his voice a threadbare whisper. But the questions linger like smoke in the air. Will Shawn pull through? The wounds are severe, only bullet nicked an artery, the other lodged near his lung. Doctors in the hospital scene that follows work feverishly. The beeping monitors a tense soundtrack to their efforts. We see the surgeon's grave expression, the nurse's hurried movements. The sterile white of the operating room contrasting with the red of blood. Fans have speculated wildly, some point to foreshadowing in earlier episodes. Like Shawn's cryptic talk of settling scores before it's too late, others cling to hope, citing his resilience in past brushes with death. And JJ? If her shot went astray, the guilt could shatter her. We've seen her spiral before, nights of insomnia, bottles of whiskey as companions, relationships crumbling under the weight of her self-doubt. A mistake here could push her over the edge, turning her into a vengeful force or a broken shell. The writers have teased redemption arcs, but TV Days isn't afraid to go dark. Remember the shocking death of Elena in Season 2? This could be another game changer. Let's expand on the supporting characters to add depth. Liam, once freed, becomes a beacon of gratitude. His testimony potentially dismantling the syndicate. But his trauma is rehelped, flashbacks, therapy sessions depicted with unflinching honesty. The syndicate leader, the enigmatic Victor Kane, watches from afar, his cold calculation hinting at retaliations to come. Played by veteran actor Harlan Crow, Victor is the puppet master. His monologues dripping with menace, they think they've won. This is just the beginning. The episode's themes resonate deeply: loyalty versus self-preservation, the cost of heroism, the fragility of life. Directors have outdone themselves with cinematography's low-motion bullets, close-ups on sweating brows, a score that swells with orchestral intensity. It's not just action, it's emotional warfare. As we await the next episode, the fandom buzzes. Forums explode with theories: Shawn's essential to kill off versus the show loves bold moves. Polls show 60% believe he'll survive, but with scars physical and emotional. JJ's arc draws empathy, her mistake, if it happens, could humanize her further. But let's not stop at speculation. Dive into the production secrets. Marcus Hale trained with real SWAT teams for authenticity, enduring bruises for those fight scenes. Lena Voss drew from personal experiences of loss to fuel JJ's anguish. The warehouse set was a real abandoned factory, adding gritty realism. Expanding further, consider the broader implications for the series. If Shawn dies, it could pivot TV Days into uncharted territory, leading a solo crusade. New alliances forming, old enemies resurfacing. Or if he lives, a slow burn recovery arc, exploring vulnerability and growth. Either way, the drama escalates. The Syndicate's backstory adds layers founded in the underbelly of corporate greed. They've orchestrated everything from stock manipulations to assassinations. Shawn's connection? His brother was a victim, fueling his vendetta. JJ's? She was once an insider, her defection sparking the hunt. In the hospital vigil, friends gather, Mia, the tech whiz, hacking for clues, Reyes, the grizzled mentor, offering gruff wisdom. Their dialogues reveal backstories, Mia's orphan past, Reyes' war scars enriching the tapestry. The cliffhanger ends with Shawn's monitor flatlining, then beeping back classic tease. Jay's tear-streaked face promises more turmoil. As fans, we're hooked. This storyline exemplifies why TV Days reigns supreme, unpredictable, emotionally charged, visually stunning. But wait, there's more to unpack. Let's analyze the symbolism. The warehouse represents entrapment, the rain cleansing or foreboding. Guns symbolize power's corruption, blood, sacrifices, cost. Character development shines, Shawn's evolution from lone wolf to team player. Jay's from impulsive to reflective. Cultural impact, discussions on gun violence, mental health post-trauma. The show sparks real conversations. Behind the scenes, writers' room debates on killing Shawn. Ultimately, ambiguity builds hype. Fan reactions, cosplays, fanfics imagining alternate endings. In conclusion, this arc is a roller coaster. Will Shawn die? Will JJ err fatally? Only time tells, but the journey is exhilarating. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.